Chapter 15. It is an art to use the resources from your soul. Do not come to a premature conclusion for all things in life. A lot of people often say, "This is fate and I cannot change it." Before you read the book Super Life Secret Codes, that might be the case. But after reading it, your life story will be very different. If we agree that the soul is everlasting, then we know that everything is proceeding with time. All of the lessons, understandings, and instincts learned in your past lives are stored in the soul's memory. Retrieving what you learned and understood in the past would be a wonderful thing to assist you in your present life. For example, picture yourself as a small tree in this life. People around you can only see you as this budding seedling. How are they going to know that you have learned so many things in your past lives? In reality, what you truly possess is the big tree in the ground underneath this seedling. At this moment, the seedling may be 5 or 10, or a tree of 80 years old, yet it does not represent what it contains. The important point is whether you have discovered all the good things you have learned in your past lives. Once you rediscover the treasures from your past, they will become the riches and securities in this life. If you have bad habits or wrong logic in your past lives, they can be hiding in this tree too. The ground is the demarcation line. The seedling represents the present. The big tree underground is your past wisdom. Do you want to bring the previous bad habits into this life, or do you want to bring your past wisdom into this life? You are the decision maker and executioner of your life. Maybe you want to ask, how do I know what I have learned from past lives? We frequently meet people with great talents. What is talent? Talent resembles the big tree underneath the seedling. It is the skill and knowledge you have practiced and learned from your past life. Do not be superstitious and do not believe that talent is something that is given to you by fate. Talent is the big tree under the seedling in the picture. You must remember this picture. What you possess is in the big tree, and you can bring it to your seedling. A lot of people live to be 80 years old, yet the seedling is still not fully grown because they have not brought the learning from their past lives into this life. Practice this every day in your busy life. Find some quiet time to calm down and think about the talents you have. Concentrate on the good and get rid of the unwanted ones while you are thinking about your attributes. Over time, learn to visualize the seedling reaching beneath the ground to retrieve the treasures from the big tree of the past. With time and practice, and if you believe and are willing, all the resources from the past can be retrieved. Some writers are arrogant. They think they are very creative. This is not the right attitude, since they may only be creative because they were a poet in their past lives. Being able to dance well should not make you arrogant, because you might have been a courtesan in a past life. When you understand that all things past and present are connected, you will be able to look at things in your life with ease. Gradually, you will come to some conclusions about life. For example, we should forego all events and circumstances because the soul is everlasting. Let your inner wisdom guide you to the good and positive. Release the bad and the negative in order to avoid regrets in the next life. Why do we grow by searching for our spiritual origin? Why do we advance through our studies and arrive at conclusions about life? What do we truly have in life? What have you brought to this life? What are you going to bring into your next life? These are not myths or fairy tales anymore. These are very serious questions. Nowadays, people can die at any age. Dying is not reserved only for old people anymore. Therefore, no matter how old you are, you should really think about the topic of life and death. If you have not mastered what you need to master in life before you die, your soul will keep everything in its memory, whether good or bad. Referring to the image of you being the seedling, if your tree is not green but is yellow and wilted, what should you do? This is a serious question. A green tree versus a yellow tree is not a mere difference in color. It represents a life of prosperity versus a life without direction. And that direction is the effort and hard work you put into your soul, life after life. Therefore, in every minute of your pursuit of happiness, strive for the good and constructive and follow things that can help you on your way to enlightenment. Never go with the flow and follow blindly. In this life, you may live for 100 years, but how much have you actually accomplished? When you look back to your past and reflect into the future, you should be very clear with where your life is and what you need to do. This is what most religious organizations emphasize on when talking about finding the meaning of life. Live life to the fullest with meaning and do not carry regrets into the future.